The Motivation Manual by Coach Lawry. Let's go over the overview. Introduction, the power of affirmation, finding you, coping, positive reinforcement, embracing emotion. Let's get to it. Introduction. Who are you? Before we can start learning, there's something really important that we need to talk about. Who you are. I've noticed that a lot of kids don't really know themselves yet. They don't know how special or valuable they are, and that makes it easy for them to feel discouraged. Without knowing what makes you unique, you might start copying others just to fit in. And when that happens, you stop being you and you become a follower. But here's the thing. To really get motivated and excited about life, you need to understand who you are. What are you good at? What are you working towards to be better? Being honest with yourself is the first step towards figuring out how to improve. In my classes, I like to use an example that everyone can relate to. I ask, when you're going somewhere, do you use a GPS or a map? Almost everyone says yes. Then I ask, what happens when you don't have one? Do you know where to go? Do you know how to get there? Most kids realize it's much harder without a GPS. That's kind of how life works. The sooner you know yourself, what you're good at, and what challenges you, the easier it is to find your way through life. The power of affirmation. An affirmation is a positive declaration. The words we say to ourselves help shape who we are and who we will become. Even if you're still figuring out who you are, saying positive things to yourself can help you grow and feel good about yourself. Sometimes we forget that the things we say and think can affect how our day goes. How can you be your best if you don't tell yourself you can be? If you don't believe in yourself, you'll end up following someone else's path instead of your own. Start saying these things to yourself every day. You ready? 1, 2, 3. I am smart. I am kind. I have a strong mind. I am smart. I am kind. I have a strong mind. I am cool. 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 Saying these things won't make every single moment of your day perfect, but they can help you stay positive when things get tough. The more you believe in yourself, the easier it will be to face challenges. Exercise 1. Find 5 things that make you feel good about yourself. For the next 2 weeks, look in the mirror each morning while you're brushing your teeth or washing your hands and say them out loud to yourself. This is not in a book. You don't have to do this only in the morning, but I want you to do this while looking at yourself in the mirror. It is important that you motivate and inspire yourself. And if it takes you a little time to find these 5 things, that is okay. Be patient with yourself, but understand that this moment is all about you. Let's go. Finding you. In my classes, I always tell students that I want them to know who they are as soon as possible. We often copy behaviors of our friends and family, and while it's okay to share interests, we must recognize that we are individuals. This means that before you can form a friendship or group, each person understands what they offer to that circle. Ask yourself, when you take away the video games, clothes, friends, and cool hairstyles, who are you? If you don't know yet, it's okay. It takes time to find out. But the faster you do, the sooner you'll gain confidence. Knowing yourself helps you avoid trouble and negative influences. Understanding who you are includes knowing who you are not. For example, if you're a talkative person, like myself, you may grow up to be a public speaker or even a comedian. However, you must know when not to talk and joke. As parents say, there is a time and a place for everything. If you don't like crowds, that's fine too. It doesn't mean you can't work with others when needed. It just means you recharge differently. Exercise 2. I am a fast thinker. I love finding new information and sharing it with others. I am a great leader and it shows. Find out what are some good things about you. If you are lost, ask your closest family members what characteristics they see in you. Remove the distractions. Who are you? And this part is not in the book, but I want you to understand your closest family members and friends look at you day in, day out. So some things that you may not see in yourself, they see. And when they tell you, you may be able to piece it together and say, you know what? I am good at that. I do that. Coping. Coping is learning how to handle tricky situations. Things won't always go the way you want. And sometimes you might feel upset or uncomfortable. But if you have the right tools and strategies, you can get through those tough moments. Some of those moments you don't need to cope. You need to tell your teacher and or parents. Remember those positive things you told yourself earlier? Let's say you decided today was going to be a great day, but then someone says something mean to you. You know you're working on being patient. So instead of being rude back, you remind yourself of your goal to have a great day. Why? Because you promised yourself you would, and staying calm helps you stick to that promise. Please remember, this is not easy to do, but practice it. In my mind, not out loud, I say, this person is not gonna stop me from having a good day. I tell myself that continuously in my head. Exercise 3. Grab a piece of paper and make one long line in the middle of that paper. Create two lists. On one side, preferably the left side, write easy for me. Right? So on the left side, you're going to write easy for me. And on the right side, or the opposite side, on that side, you will write hard for me. You will write the words hard for me. On the easy for me side, write 5 things that you can easily complete correctly. Then on the opposite side, the side that says hard for me, I want you to think of 5 things that are harder for you to handle and write them on that side. This will help you see what you're really good at and what you might need to work on. It's a great way to set goals and get even better. In my classes, my students learn that where they have weaknesses, usually the strengths are in their peers, meaning the students around them. And for you to gain those strengths, you have to come aboard. You have to step out of that comfort zone. And I know it's difficult. Sometimes we don't want to talk to anyone, but sometimes that anyone, that someone, that person, that's the person that can help our weaknesses because we all have weaknesses. I encourage group work, teamwork, and it's not all of the time, but it's for this reason. Let's make our weaknesses strengths. Let's go. Positive reinforcement. We sometimes call it giving props or showing love, but let's think of it as positive reinforcement. That means when you make progress, even if it's just a little bit, you should celebrate it. For example, if you show patience just 1 out of 50 tries, give yourself credit for that one time. You're getting better, and that's all that matters. Celebrating small wins isn't about bragging, it's about noticing how far you've come. You need to recognize your own progress before you can fully appreciate when others notice it. Sometimes we hear positive reinforcement mixed with additional statements, and we only focus on what was said after the word but. For example,
You did good.
but
You could have did better.
now all we heard was
You could have did better.
we simply forgot about.
You did good.
Positive reinforcement just assures the smallest things that we do that work towards growth are great. Give yourself a pat on the back for that. Exercise 4. When you do something you're proud of, give yourself a little credit. Say, that was nice, or what I did was dope. Practice this with your peers and family too, but be patient with them. Many aren't used to giving or receiving positive reinforcement. Ask your parents or your friends, of course, in a nice manner, to acknowledge when you've done something good. This routine will help you and those around you get into the habit of positive reinforcement. This is also not in the book. This may sound very simple and basic, but it teaches people to address you a certain way. And it isn't an arrogant thing. For example, my son literally just beat the video game and he was screaming. And I thought maybe he bumped up in baseball or he got a good grade or whatever I had in my mind. But his win was his win. I personally, as his dad, do not play video games, but I can provide empathy in knowing how it feels to win anything. So no matter how big or small it was great. So what I told him was, good job, son. A W is a W. A win is a win. If you made your bed this morning and you usually don't do that, sometimes as parents, we may say, that's what you were supposed to do, right? But sometimes as kids, it is okay to ask respectfully, again, remember that part, in a nice manner. Hey, can you give me credit for this good thing that I've done, right? Embracing emotion. What are you feeling right now? Are you happy, sad, mad, nervous, or excited? It's really important to know what you're feeling, even if it changes throughout the day. Embracing means to accept. Doesn't mean that you like it, but it's being honest about acceptance and awareness. Sometimes in class, when I ask kids how they're feeling, they say, I don't know. It's not because they don't feel anything, but because they haven't learned how to figure out what they're feeling. My students can act the feeling out, but they cannot explain the feeling verbally. Take time to ask yourself, why do you feel a certain way? Are you sad because something happened? Does that same thing make you sad every time? Understanding your emotion is a big part of knowing yourself. Lastly, when you discover the why, it may allow you to fully describe your emotion to others when help is needed. We want to embrace the emotion, and when we are ready, be able to speak about it to a trusted adult if a solution is needed. Our last exercise, number 5. When you feel an emotion, embrace it and explain to yourself what that actual emotion is. When you do something that you're proud of, say to yourself, I did well here. Practice sharing these emotions and accomplishments with those around you, your friends and family. They'll soon come along to your new boundaries. But for now, cheers to you. The Motivation Manual by Coach Lawry.